Hi guys, welcome to Grudy's. Look at this one. Nice car. I've had a fair bit to do this car. I've done a bunch of work on it. Tyson actually built this car and I did exhaust and a bunch of little stuff. 3.5 litre. It has been sold to a new owner and the new owner's bought it back. So what I'm doing is I've got tail shaft and exhaust out and I've just resealed the back of the gearbox. What else am I doing? I've resealed the back of the gearbox. And I'm doing a shifter. So I'm going to put my shifter in it, and there's a bunch of other little stuff. I've got to put a E90 booster and master on it and stuff like that. It's got Subaru front brakes on there that I did ages ago. So they're a little soft, so we're going to put the 2522 master and see if that tightens it up. Rightio. Here we go. This is the gear stick linkage. Here's my gear stick. Here's the piece of shit that was in it. These are so Gumby. That shifter knob's actually lighter than the one that I've got on mine. Mine are actually quite weighted. They're actually a nice shifter knob. So I'll let him choose whichever one he wants. I've rebushed the gear stick and the gearbox end, the linkage. The linkage is a good one that I made ages ago, and what I do is I'll grab one good end and another good end and I'll weld them together, and that's what I did. This is very, very neat. This setup will work really nice. It's slightly tight. When it's cold and when it's warm, it's perfect. So, yeah. So, next step is to put that in the car. And did you see that? That's why I put a cover over it. So, to give you an idea, at the minimum setting, it's similar. All right? Mine aren't adjustable. I can just drill them in different spots and I ream them to size. This is already worn. It's not quite right. You actually need, your linkage should always sit on the edge like this, right? I always try to make it so as when you put a clip on there, right, it doesn't have much sideways movement, and then that way that helps for it not to wear as well. So I've got the proper clips this time and things like that. But yeah, this gives you an idea of the length difference. Right, mine, the knob comes out to about here, right? So nearly a whole knob more. Knob. Sandblasted parts that are being epoxied for this one, and more sandblasted parts. It was wet today. Oh yeah. So because it's a cold night, now we're getting somewhere with the gearbox. I have been spraying out the back here. And what I'm doing is these are all painted with some nice satin black enamel. So that should be really nice and neat for them. They're the rear springs for the 2002. I use, believe it or not, Rust-Oleum. Very, very good paint for the dollars. Shits on the old $2 paint that you used to get. You pay $20 for a can of paint now. But I use it on engine blocks. I use it on all sorts. It doesn't come off. It sticks. It self-primes. It does everything it's supposed to do. Always recommend getting your products nice and hot and then a nice dust coat. And then from there, you can put some coats on and it works well. But yeah, what we've got subframes, E21, 2002, and they're all lower trailing arms. So I'll pick the next thing, I'll wipe it all down, and then I'll jam some on. So yeah. This is this week's, and we had another car come in. Nick's car came in. This is John's car, so I will change all this tomorrow, and I'll start bleeding the brakes. Once that's done, I'll do service on it at the same time. Do a major service, so spark plugs and a few other bits, and then go over the car and check over a couple of little things. But yeah, tail shaft's out at the moment. That'll go in tonight. Gear stick all goes in tonight because I was busy doing stuff today. So I have to put in a few hours tonight to make up for the hours I should have put in today. Nice. Okay, guys. Look at that. It's getting there. You have a good night.